Good evening, everybody, and welcome. We're a little bit late today, so we're beyond everything today. So I hope everybody is all right. Um, I've got my wife. I've got a bit of a cold, and my wife's been chucking sweets at me for the last half an hour. Anyway, but never mind. Okay, guys. So we've got Stacy Blanchi. Stacy, hello.
Hello, how are you, Steve?
I'm okay. It seems a long, long time.
I know. And really appreciate you having me again. I really love being a part of what you're doing there. You're doing so much good for people. It's just amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, where are you at this moment in time? You got lots of seats and everything there, chairs and
Yep, I'm at the martial arts school where I train and teach as well.
right. Okay, let's talk about your martial arts. I know we talked about it before and about your teaching and what you do and everything. So, because there's probably because a lot of people's joined us lately, and it's unbelievable. I don't know how it is, but a lot of people has joined us.
Sure.
So you are a kind of like you teach us martial arts, um, and also you're a teacher. Um, Tell everybody a bit about yourself. Give them a big like a rundown, quickly.
Okay. So, I am a teacher and I train with international martial arts Hall of Famer and gold medalist in West Chicago, Illinois, in the USA. And I also teach there. I'm one of the senior instructors and academy director here. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. I've taken martial arts actually most of my adult life, but always wanted to take the Kung Fu arts. Right now, I'm doing Wing Chun and Tai Chi. And those two I've been doing for about 12 years now and just really had a wonderful journey during this time. Um, Learning a lot more about the real core values in martial arts of balance and wholeness in your mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful experience training and becoming the best person that you can be because in these arts we do work on ourselves as a person. That's how I got into the stress relieving techniques and helping people deal with stress in their ordinary everyday lives because I learned a lot about the balance in life and mindfulness through martial arts. We also do training for kids, like anti kidnapping kind of training and self defense for women and all kinds of different things. We try to do as much as we can to help people become the very best they can be.
Now, martial arts is this for training? Is this for protection, or is it for competition?
It's everything all in one. Anybody can compete if they want. We have international grandmasters that our master here works with, and they are actually like in Tai Chi. We have our master is an actual lineage holder of the art itself of Chen Tai Chi. There's a family called Chen, and they are in a village named after the family called Chen Xiago in China, and our master is a disciple of that family and actually a lineage holder of the art, which is very rare to find people like that of that caliber. So it's pretty cool. So you can compete internationally if you have that desire. Obviously, you're training, you're improving yourself. Is it for self defense? Yes, absolutely. Wing Chun, we do Wing Chun here too. Wing Chun is kind of a little bit easier to learn in the short term. And any art takes some time to learn, but it's a little bit easier to learn than Tai Chi, but Tai Chi is absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, so if people come to you today and go, right, Stacey, I want to be like the Karate Kid, say,
Yep.
or me, or someone like me come along and say, I want you to teach me karate or out or self defense, whatever. Um, what's it all about? Is it about the? It's not just about the movements. It's just about the mind too.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's a lot of examples about that balance in your mind. You know, one of the things that you can learn about the mind is, of course, the mind doesn't control you, you control your mind. For some people, that's a challenge in itself because they're very driven by reactive uh, feelings and instead of responses and dealing with their emotions. So in martial arts, you learn how to really balance yourself. So you're working a lot on your mind too. If your mind is heated and upset or excited beyond control, you're not able to really think properly or think as well. You make decisions that are not as good, and or perhaps you miss opportunities. Let's say in a competition for martial arts, where you would have been able to react to them better had you had a cooler head when you were, competing or sparring with someone.
Right. Okay. And which is the most powerful mindset in karate then?
Well, karate is a totally different art, right? There were a lot of the original arts came out of um, China, and the kung fu, the arts of kung fu, let's say, started with something we call kung fu, or in the modern day, it's called wushu. And all the arts that came out of that, such as karate, karate is a specific art in itself, and it's known for certain things. Those are styles, like judo is a style of throwing, and taekwondo is a style that people know recognize as high kicking, this kind of thing. But the kung fu arts are all more a complete system. So you're learning how to use every part of your body as a weapon. And the most important thing to do is you need to have a balanced mind, as you're saying, what is the most important thing? So in Kung Fu, we learn that that's the most important thing. You have to have a balanced mind. You need to have, like we don't accept people in the school who want to get in trouble or just fight people, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
or that they have a problem with.
Why is it? Why is it important then to have an open mind? Kind of like when kind of learning karate.
Well, the thing is there's a famous saying, of course, if your cup is full, nothing else can fit in there. So you need to come to martial arts with a cup that's empty, basically, not even half full, but empty. And that's because your mind is very powerful. So, like I said in the beginning, your mind doesn't control you, you control your mind. But this is actually challenging for a lot of people. Their mind kind of just does willy nilly whatever it feels like, and it kind of is runaway mind, basically. So, you need to get that under control and make the decisions. And one of those things is, for example, having this open mind or empty cup, because sometimes what you're learning in martial arts doesn't seem to make sense. But what's really happening is you're hanging on to old habits or concepts in your mind, and those are impeding your progress in developing your martial arts. So you need to be able to be more open minded. For example, sometimes it's always, I shouldn't say sometimes, it's always better to be relaxed. Okay, when you're learning martial arts and developing your skills and techniques. But we don't have that natural instinct. We have the natural instinct to be hard and, you know tough and about what we're doing, but that actually impedes your progress. You need to be soft and gentle and active, not dead, active, but relaxed. And that's a very hard concept for most adults. Children are really good with it because they're relaxed to begin with. But, and,
Right.
if you don't have an open mind and you think, hey, I don't, that doesn't make sense to me. I have to do everything hard and powerful, then you actually impede your own progress. So, and it's, believe it or not, it's hard to undo that once you've learned it. You've learned it that way to be hard and, do
Yeah. Yeah.
this kind of.
When is it? When is it acceptable then? If we have to use our martial arts in kind of like if we're being attacked,
Yeah,
or
I think in
how
martial
far
arts,
can we go? What does the
sure,
law say?
sure, and I think all laws are different in different places. But for sure in the United States, I mean, if you use more force than someone has used upon you, you're in big trouble. So the point is if someone comes up to you and grabs your purse, you can't go kill that person. That's
Right.
not going to fly. So if this person say grabs your purse or something and you're a woman and you tackle him and he falls down, well, you're not in trouble because you just took your purse back. Okay, but you can't go break his neck for that or something severe. So the thing is we always teach that the best possible thing you can do is walk away, run away, whatever it is you need to do to get away from the situation. Keep a
What
distance
happens if you
between
can't?
you and keep a distance between you and this other person, aggressor. If you can't diffuse the situation or walk away, if you know this person gets, once they get in your space, you have the ability or the right to defend yourself.
Right.
So one of the things that we do sometimes in a session showing people what we have to offer is, and it's kind of hard to describe, but I'll do my best. So somebody comes in and we like to do like a free session for them so they can experience the art and how we teach and everything. And so we ask the person sometimes at some point to throw a hook punch at us. Okay. So they throw a hook punch, and all we do is stop the punch. And we ask them to punch harder and harder and harder. And the harder they punch, the more it hurts them. We're not doing anything but just raising a hand this way. We're raising a hand like this. And they're throwing this big hook punch and they're getting hurt. So it's a good example of how you can use your martial arts. A person experiencing that on the street would be very surprised that they're getting hurt. They're not able to hit you, but they're getting hurt while they're trying to punch and you're doing nothing but just putting your arm up in the way. And this is a pretty dynamic experience. It really helps you understand that you don't have to do a lot. If it becomes necessary, you can do much more. Obviously, if someone's got a knife or a gun and they're trying to kill you or something, obviously, you what you want to do is keep a cool head and finish the
Right.
contact if
And
possible.
the trouble is, so sometimes we can be in situations, though, can we, where we ain't got no choice of running away.
Right.
You know, and if we use our martial arts to a level of um, what we've been taught, say, and not to kill, um,
Right.
then are we are we protected then by the authorities to say, you were protecting yourself?
Oh yes. I mean, if you can do any of these things, like I say, within reason. So if a person does something to you, like something small, and you do something life threatening to them, this is not going to be acceptable. So, but when you're training in martial arts, you're not just learning again the physical movements or physical techniques to hurt another person. You're learning self-defense as well, and you're learning control of yourself. That means you're going to be able to keep a cool head and make a decision on how this is going to progress. So if somebody comes up to me and is threatening me with words, I'm not going to start hitting this person because that's not necessary. I'm going to try to diffuse the situation. Make sense? And then
Right.
if they actually hit me, I'm going to stop them. If they go to hit me, I'm going to stop them from hitting me. But that doesn't mean I'm going to, give them life threatening injuries either.
Or
I'm
just
going
kick them, just kick them where it hurts every day.
to, well, what we're going to do, yeah, is we want to dissuade them from continuing it. And so
Yeah.
sometimes we call that, finishing the thing as quickly as possible so nobody gets seriously hurt. And you want to make sure that they, because they will realize that this is not a good thing. They don't want to continue with you. And,
Yeah. I was just having
and
a
that's
bit
the
of
goal.
a laugh with you.
Yep. That's the
Um.
goal, to get them to walk away themselves. So it's not getting
Yeah.
much more
Yeah. That's it.
thought.
That's it. Yeah. Um, when we kind of we do karate, I don't know if you watched the Karate Kid
Oh yeah.
and they go, paint on, paint off, and all those moves. It's Are those moves right? Are they?
Yeah, there are all kinds of things, techniques like that. It's interesting that's the one everybody remembers because it was so interesting, that he was doing this work, but he was doing this repetition over and over and over that eventually he used in his techniques. And martial arts is all about learning these particular techniques and making them part of your muscle memory. Your muscle memory and your cell memory is very strong. So, through repetition, we create a lot of these things that then, if you're presented with a certain situation, that muscle memory will kick in. For example, and you can do a lot of training with conditioning of your muscles. So, like in the beginning, I remember doing some training at some point where, we would work really hard on conditioning just your skin so your skin doesn't react the same way later. Like originally, when it would get hit by a strike, let's say, it would bruise, but eventually your skin learns what it is and it takes care of it so it doesn't bruise anymore.
Right.
So this is
Okay.
really interesting that your muscles and your every cell in your body has memory, and it learns and it takes care of you if you can
How
forget
fit do you
about
have
it.
to be to do all this?
I'm sorry.
How fit do you have
Oh,
to
have
be
to
to do
be.
all this?
Well, Wing Chun, in our classes of Wing Chun, there's a little bit of a small amount of, we do a small amount of running in the beginning, and we do a little bit of core work at the end. Now, in Tai Chi, we don't have anything like that. Tai Chi is very protective of your joints, and you don't have to be fit to take Tai Chi. Um, Believe me, Tai Chi is such a great art in itself. It does so many things for you in balancing not just your mind, body, and spirit, but also in your physical balance. It helps you increase your balance, your flexibility. People can lose weight. If you practice Tai Chi, it's very slow, gentle movements, but you build lower body strength and coordination between upper and lower body and your mind. So it does a lot of different things for you. It'll help calm you, give you more focus and concentration. It does a lot for you, and people will lose. I think I forgot what the numbers actually are, but there have been some studies about practicing Tai Chi and losing a pound or two a month practicing Tai Chi. So it's pretty cool.
Brilliant. Stacy, thank you so much. That went quick, didn't it? Okay. And always quick with us. Thank you so much. So don't forget, guys. Yes, do martial arts, but at the end of the day, don't do it to kind of like fight with. Yes, protect
Right.
yourself only, and just enjoy it because it's a martial arts is a kind of it's relaxing, spiritual, and you don't have to do you don't have to try to kill people with it or be like a um someone really tough about it. At the end of the day, enjoy it, but also kind of like
Become
you
a
know
better person. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, be a better person with it. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Stacey. Thank you
You're,
as always.
you're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.